How's up, y'all? It's popping in D. About to react to this impressive vid. This is Nicki Minaj and Megan Thee Stallion diss each other. And Future played Megan Thee Stallion. Okay, we're gonna see what's going on. I didn't know that Nicki and Meg was going back and forth. Interesting. Side note, I recently reacted to Meg Thee Stallion's album on my Patreon, so go subscribe to my Patreon. Link down in the description. But yeah, we're gonna see what's going on with them. Let's watch.
Hello everybody, welcome to the Impressive Channel. Megan Thee Stallion recently did an interview on Power 106 Los Angeles, and she revealed that she had to pay Future $250,000 for a feature on her album.
I recorded the song and I recorded it one way. And I'm like, you know what, this would really sound hard if Future was on it. So I feel like being a woman in the industry,
because the first listen,
reaching out to a man trying to get a feature is always going to be a task. Like, you know, like you never know what to expect. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't know how it's about to go. So how I went about it was, okay, somebody figure out what's feature price. Like, let's just ask him what's his feature price.
Okay.
And they was like, okay, $250. He wants $250K. I was like, okay, bet. Somebody go pull $250,000
out the account real quick.
Yeah, somebody go pull $250,000 out of the bank and go drop it off to Future and tell him I need the verse before he leave.
Now, when Megan talked about this, a lot of people felt like Future finessed Megan out of a lot of money because the song that he was featured on, called Pressurelicious, didn't really do that well. And
how the fuck he finesse her? He ain't no psychic. How he know the song wasn't gonna do well? And they give him the beat. They give him the song and say, hey, write a verse to this. He can't do nothing about the rest of the song. That ain't his fault.
And the song wasn't that great either. So I don't believe it was really worth Megan paying $250,000. But I do understand that there are artists in the industry who have a high fee. So Future is one of those artists. He's one of the biggest rap artists in the industry. And if somebody reaches out to him for a feature or for a song, that is what he's charging. Now, it can vary if he has a relationship with an artist or if he feels like he can benefit from a collaboration with an artist, he might not charge as much. That's just what I'm assuming, because I did hear in the industry, a lot of artists do features for free if they have relationships with people. For example, Nicki Minaj did a feature on Trina's song Bat for free. That was a free feature, and that was because she was friends with Trina. So it can vary. Also, Future and Drake are friends, so I don't believe that they would be charging each other a high price because they both have collaborated in the past, and they know that when they collaborate together, it's always going to be a smash hit. I just think in this particular instance, Future didn't have any business connection or relationship with Megan Thee Stallion. I don't think he knows her personally at all. And it's possible that he might not be confident that he could benefit from a feature with Megan. So he charged her full price. That's how much he probably would charge anybody he didn't know personally. And this price might be higher than that. Yeah, I do think it was a little strange that he didn't promote their song Pressurelicious when it dropped. If I were Megan, I would be kind of salty about that because she did have to pay a lot of money. Actually, her label was the one who paid that money. And a lot of that money is coming out of her budget. So either way, she's going to have to pay it back down the line. So if I were in her position, I would feel like I was finessed, especially since Future didn't promote the song. Now, I do want to briefly move on and talk about Megan Thee Stallion's album, Traumazine. She dropped Traumazine last Friday, and I got a chance to really sit with the album and listen to it. And I could safely say that Traumazine is probably Megan's best work. It's definitely a step up from the other projects she released. Megan's past projects have been pretty mid to me. I have been underwhelmed with some of the music she released in the past couple of years, but Traumazine was an improvement. Of course, Megan was still talking about some of the same stuff she always talks about. She's always going to be sexual and braggadocious in her lyrics, but she did diversify her topics a little bit. She kind of opened up more about her mental health on this album, which I appreciated. Her songs like Not Nice, Anxiety, and Flip Flop were songs where she definitely opened up, especially on Flip Flop. Flip Flop was a bit sad because this is the first time she has really opened up about the death of her parents. And also, I do feel like Megan was subbing her ex-best friend Kelsey on a few of these songs. She also let out a lot of rage in some of her songs like NDA and Not Nice. She was really going in on the haters and the critics. She definitely had some things to get off her chest. With all that being said, I still don't feel like she went as deep as she can go, but I understand that that's really not a part of her brand. She might show a glimpse of her struggles here and there, but she's still really going to present herself as the hot girl and the party girl. But yeah, Traumazine is definitely an improvement of what I've heard from her before. It's not vastly different from any of her other projects, but it is an improvement. I did feel like the songs have better replay value, and she had some cute songs. I do like her new single, Her. I think it's a cute, catchy dance song. It's definitely falling in line with the whole dance music trend that's happening right now. I could actually hear Azalea Banks on this song because it sounds like an Azalea song, if I'm being honest. But Megan made it her own. Crazy. She put her own sauce on it, and it was a smart single choice because I do know a lot of people out there are going to eat this one up. Now, moving on, I want to talk about Nicki Minaj. She also released some new music. She dropped her single Super Freaky Girl
also
last
to this
Friday,
on my
and the song actually broke Spotify's record. It's actually the biggest debut solo song from a female rap artist, and it sold over 100,000 units already. And it's expected to debut in the top 5 on Billboard next week, so that is a pretty big deal. It's not surprising though, because anytime Nicki drops a single, her fans are going to run to support it. That's just the type of weight she holds. Now, as far as the song is concerned, I wasn't super crazy about it, to be honest. I understand that this is Nicki's first commercial single from her upcoming album. The other single she released before has a more underground sound to it. I loved We Go Up. I loved Do We Have a Problem? But I understand that those type of songs aren't really commercial songs.
Those songs got real old real fast for me. Like, I really fucked with them at first, but then I stopped listening to them quickly. I'm specifically not saying how I feel about Meg's album and Nicki Minaj's song, because I gotta save something for my Patreon niggas.
Aren't into that gritty raw hip hop sound.
I want to say
Nicki
something.
Can give you that raw hip hop sound,
but I gotta save it for Patreon.
She can make the pop songs. She can make the commercial songs. So I think she released Super Freaky Girl to kind of appease her commercial audience because she knows that this is what's going to sell. But I still didn't care for the song. I could acknowledge that she had the bars and the different flows, which she's always going to have, but the song itself is not really my favorite. Now, let's get to the mess, okay? So, word on the street is Megan and Nicki Minaj are throwing shots at each other in their songs. Now, Megan has a song on Traumazine called Gift and a Curse.
Corny on both of their parts.
Some of her lyrics said this: fix your face, B, you hurt, hurt, hurt. All that talking ain't making me nervous. Feeling yourself, put down them perkies. Megan also played this part of the song on her IG story, and some people feel like she was taking a shot at Nicki Minaj because she did reference Nicki's song Feeling Myself, and she also brought up the perk line, which I guess was her way of alluding to Nicki popping pills. And this was something Nicki alluded to in the past in her song Pills and Potions. So Megan could have very well been taking a shot at Nicki Minaj.
I didn't know
she also could have been responding to Nicki's song Seeing Green, because in Seeing Green, Nicki said, these bees thirsty. I could see why they alcoholics. Now, Megan has been known to love herself some alcohol. So a lot of people thought that this was a dig at Megan. And it's possible that Megan may have felt the same. She probably thought that line was directed towards her. And she allegedly responded to that in her song Gift and a Curse. Now, what's interesting is Nicki Minaj has a Roman remix for her Super Freaky Girl song, and she added a third verse to the song, and she had a line in her verse that some are suspecting is directed towards Megan. She said, don't nobody want to hear that weak bitch in the game, 15 ain't peaked yet. Tell that goofy get a chair, she was cocky, I could swear it, till my old tape sold more than your album, drop a tear. Now, Genius did write a whole annotation on this particular verse and said this may be directed towards Houston rapper Megan Thee Stallion. Nicki claims that her Beam Me Up Scotty re-release on streaming services sold more than Megan's Something for the Hotties tape. Well, actually, Beam Me Up Scotty not only sold more than Something for the Hotties, but it also sold more than Traumazine.
Ooh.
Beam Me Up Scotty sold 80,000 units in the first week it was released on streaming platforms. And mind you, this is a 12-year-old mixtape. Now, if you look at Megan's sales, Megan's Something for the Hottie album sold 33,000 units in its first week. And also, I believe Traumazine sold close to 60,000 in its first week. Some reports are saying 58,000. But either way, Nicki's 12-year-old mixtape outsold both of Megan's albums. So looking back on all of this, I could definitely sense some shade thrown between the two of them. However, I respect the fact that they're addressing it in the music. Both Nicki and Megan are talented rappers, and they're real rappers. They write, and if they have something on their mind, they're going to go to the booth and address it. That's what real rappers do. But it is unfortunate that Nicki and Megan fell out, though, because at one point they were cool, and they collaborated on Megan's Hot Girl Summer song, but something changed between them. I know some people feel like Nicki stopped messing with Megan after Megan collaborated with her nemesis Cardi B, but I feel like there's more to the story than that. I feel like there's something that transpired behind the scenes that we don't know about, and it created this tension between the two of them. I don't know. It's kind of a silent tension though, because neither one of them are coming out and saying it, but they both are subbing each other, and it's kind of making me feel like there is some sour energy between the two of them.
Unfortunate.
But I will say this, I think this whole thing going on between them is great marketing. It's a great way to promote both of their music. I think Nicki Minaj is very
it's so
smart
subtle. I don't know about it.
She's gunning for the #1 song on the Billboard Hot 100 chart, and she knows that releasing a remix like this is going to get a lot of people talking, and a lot of people are going to run to listen to it, and that will help her get to that #1 spot on the Billboard Hot 100 charts.
The alcoholic
very
line
smart.
was very
and people are going to listen to
direct,
Megan's song too. So I think both of them understand, okay, let's stir up a little bit of drama. We could have our beef, whatever, but let's promote ourselves and let's make this money and let's get this publicity. But anyway,
it's just unfortunate though that the only top female rappers always have to be beefing, and so few of them. It's just so whack that there always has to be an issue between them. Like, there are so many top A-list male rappers who are doing really well, but there are very, very few female. Like, it's Meg, Nicki, and Cardi. Who else that are on their level that's making music in 2022? Like, it's just the three of them. So for there to be so much beef amongst them is just so whack. It's just like, grow up. Grow up. Let it go. Focus on y'all music. It would be so dope if they were all good friends and they got along and gave us some dope ass music. Like, how cool would that be? Like, them all on a song together. That would be so cool, but it's not happening because of petty nonsense. Like, let this go. All y'all are grown. Niggas got kids. It's just sad. It's really sad to see, but sure. We'll see how this plays out. Hopefully nobody get a shoe thrown at them at the fucking award show coming up. Who knows? Y'all let me know what y'all thought. Let me know what other videos you want me to watch, and I'll see y'all in the next time.